You're back.
Hello again, Mr. Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the internet is very weak or bad connection here. Maybe I think fix it. Okay, go to our sessions and necrology.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, funeral first.
Funeral.
Funeral. Okay, memorial service.
Memorial service. Yes.
Memorial
Right.
service and casket or coven.
Okay.
It's same
Casket.
thing. Casket
Same
or
thing.
coven.
Casket and a
Because
coffin, they are the same thing.
coven. Yes. It's corpse.
The corpse is the body.
Yes, yeah, I know this.
Corpse is the
Uh,
dead body.
yes, dead body. Hearse.
A hearse.
A hearse. Yes, a hearse. It's a
Hearse.
vehicle
Hearse.
or a vehicle or van that's to carry the casket or coven.
That's correct.
Mm. How do you spell these words? It's uh,
Embalming.
embalming. Yes.
Embalming. Yes.
Can you
To em-
can you
to
explain
embalm the body. Okay.
embalming?
Yes.
Let me explain something. I think this is what I think about this embalming. This embalming that's meant to keep some chemicals items on the corpse to save it from the save it for to be bad or something.
Well,
It's
to to slow uh, embalming slows decomposition
hmm,
of the body, right?
yeah,
So
yes,
back in the 1860s, there was a war fought in the United States called the Civil War,
hmm,
and many people died in this war, and they were a long way from
hmm,
home, right? So people began embalming. That is to say, they would remove the fluids from the body and replace them with a preservative
hmm,
so that the body could be taken home so the people would have something to bury, right? So many people in the West think that it's important to have some portion of the dead person that they can bury or otherwise um, handle, right? It
hmm,
brings
yes.
what people call, unfortunately, uh, closure, right?
What
It
do you mean about the closure?
okay, to close, to end, right?
Hmm.
It's a
hmm.
kind of ending to the social connection with
But
the
I
dead
think
person.
embalming it's cost much money. Not every people in the world, or
Oh,
this is we can say this religion things. Some people
well,
to
no,
their
it's largely been replaced, right? It's largely been replaced with something called cremation, which is
cremation.
where we.
It's is there? I think you are a professor, right?
Mhm.
In the
Yeah,
history, or yes? Okay.
yes.
Have you read about there is in the different civilization in the world for in Islamic rules we have to broil the corpse, not cremation or embalming, right?
Yeah.
Is
In,
there a rules in
in
other
Islam,
religion?
you have to
Is
wash the corpse, right? Wrap the
absolutely,
corpse
absolutely.
and
Yes, with
bury
the
the corpse within
shroud. Yes,
within a
bribery.
given period of time, right?
Yes,
Um,
yes.
you would not cremate, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cremation, cremation was
Cremation.
for a long time associated principally with Hinduism in what is
Okay.
now India and um, parts of
Mm.
Southeast Asia where people became Hindus for a while.
But I
But
think
it
cremation
has
it's
become
bright in the. I think the cremation so bright in Europe right now in these days, or
yes,
even the USA.
that's because cremation is
Mm.
considerably less expensive than buying a casket and embalming the body, right? It's much cheaper to cremate, right?
Mm.
And here in New
Uh, uh,
Zealand, it is
cremation.
now the
Cre-
regular. It is now the regular way uh, for at least people of European ancestry to deal with corpses. Almost everybody is cremated.
mm. Do you think cremation is cheaper than embalming the
It
corpse?
is. It
Mm.
is considerably.
That's cremation. That's it's not religion rules or Islamic religion rules to create cremation the corpse. It's that's
Um,
because that's it costs much money to go the people cremation their corpse or bulbing the corpse.
well, there's no specific religious injunction in
Mm,
Christianity against
mm,
any of these, right?
mm,
In Christianity, the question is about the um, sanctity of the land that the body or the ashes are put in, right? So that has to be made sacred, right? So when my mother's father died many years ago, right, he was cremated, and then his ashes were taken to his church, right? And a small amount of the turf in the lawn was pulled back. The ashes were put on the soil, and then the turf was brought back to cover up the ashes. That was fine,
mm.
right?
Okay.
Uh, that took place,
Uh,
by the way, that took place after the memorial service. So there is an
mm.
order of events here, right?
Okay. Did you read about the all the religion in the world?
Not about all of them. I've read about many of them,
Mm.
yes.
About the specific religion in the world? Did you read about the Islamic religion?
I have read about Islam, yes.
Mm. What do you think about the Islam religion?
I have known Muslims since I was 3 years old. I have great respect
Mm.
for Islam. I am not
Mm.
myself a Muslim, right? But
No,
I have
you
great respect
you
for it.
you are a Muslim right now?
No, I am not a
Ah,
Muslim.
yes, I know. Yes. Okay. Okay. What about the funeral oration?
Okay, that's another phrase for eulogy.
Oh, yours, yes. What about the?
Oh no, you mean this word.
Hmm.
Obit excuse me.
Okay. Um,
Obituary. Okay?
which
An
word?
obituary, an obituary
Which
is a
word?
notice that's put into a newspaper, right?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So uh,
Uh,
it can be either very long or very short, depending upon the
obituary.
person.
We can say obituary, right?
Yes,
Oh,
obituary
okay. Obituary announced in a newspaper or magazine or also in social media.
can be on social media. It
Mm,
can
okay.
also be it can also be on television. right?
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
for example, when a prominent person dies,
Mm.
there may be some notice taken of this on the evening news.
Mourn?
To mourn, right? To
To
grieve,
mourn.
to
To grieve,
grieve.
yes. Because lost someone, it's to die.
Yes, because someone has died,
Mm.
right?
Okay. Memor Memorance?
No, not that.
Mm.
That's not how it's spelled.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's spelled this way: mourners.
Mourners, yes. People who
Those
is
are the people who. Those are the people who grieve.
people who is working with the with the Kevin.
Can do, right? In an previous era,
Hmm.
the mourners would be those who would walk with the casket, right? In this era, very often the mourners are simply the people who come to the service, whatever that service or
Hmm.
whatever that funeral may be, right?
Okay. Condolences.
Condolences. So
Yes.
if I hear that someone in your family has died, I will
Hmm.
say, please accept my
Condolences.
condolence. Please
Oh,
accept my
okay.
condolence.
Grave.
The grave is where you bury the body, or yeah, it's where you bury the body.
Yes.
Oh, grief,
Uh,
grief,
grief.
grief,
Yes.
right? That's
Uh,
something we
uh,
experience when someone dies,
mm. Okay.
right?
I grieve because I lost my dad, for example, because my dad is
Exactly,
died. Mm.
exactly.
Sympathy.
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 When I
Sympathy.
extend you my condolences, I'm extending you my sympathies, right?
Hmm.
Please
Okay.
accept my
Uh,
sympathies on your loss, right?
cremation to burn the corpse.
Cremation we've already done. It's when we burn a corpse.
Uh, urn or you urn. How do you spell this words?
You
Urn.
are earn,
Urn.
earn.
Yes. Urn.
You
That's
are an.
you are yes. Urn. Yes.
Yeah. An
This
urn is a
it
jar.
can
It's a
jar
jar
or
that
can
holds ashes.
to save the ash of the body that or corpse. That's creation, right? And pearl pepper. Unfortunately, we lost the connection with Mr. Jerry because the internet is very weak, and we some pill superior المشيعون and widow أرملة وwidow أرمل وجري في القبر وهيدستون شاهد القبر وسيمتري مقبرة و graveyard أيضا مقبرة و burial دفن. Mm.
Sorry about that. The pallbearer, person who carries the coffin, the widow.